Have you ever felt like you're finally returning home while on your way to someplace you've actually never been before? That's how I feel right now. I'm on my way from Merlin, Oregon, which is in southern Oregon, all the way across the world to Tokyo, Japan, to meet my fiance. We haven't seen each other in 16 months. And we're going to have about 11 days of time together to explore Tokyo and some of the surrounding areas. My trip begins with an early morning drive. It's dark, but that's how I prefer it. It's quiet and there's not too many people on the road. Drive for a couple hours to catch a train in Eugene that'll take me to Portland. When I go to board the train, my suitcase decides to break. The handle snaps off in my hand before I can even begin to load my luggage. I laugh at this at the time. I don't see it as a bad omen, but I also have no idea how much extra fun and difficulty this is going to cause us later. I believe this is my first time ever traveling on a regular train. Of course, the pictures that they show you before you buy your ticket are never very realistic. The train is kind of gross, but the view outside is wonderful. When I arrive at the train station in Portland, I await my best friend. He's been my best friend for 15 years, and he's more my brother than my biological brothers are. When he arrives, we load up my bags and then head to a local bank where I do some business with. This is not an opportunity for withdrawal for funds for my trip or to make some standard deposit, but actually a much bigger deal. This symbolizes the next step of my fiance and I relationship becoming more serious. I'm coming today to add her to my personal bank account. After a successful meeting with the bank staff, my best friend and I head to a local restaurant, one he's visited before, but I haven't. They serve Indonesian food. My fiance being Indonesian, I'm excited anytime I have an opportunity to interact with the culture or try new foods. The food is great. I have rendang sapi, but the highlight is definitely dessert, sweet potato pie. Early the next morning, my best friend's father drives me to Portland International Airport, and we spend the 2 hour journey laughing about the complexities of the English language. And I spend a lot of time thinking about the merging of two cultures and how complex it can be, but also how beautiful. I finally board my first flight on my itinerary from PDX to San Francisco around noon, and I end up sitting next to a pastor. We spend the flight talking about God's mercy and family, theology, and what makes a marriage thrive. I'm looking forward to holding her hand. It's been a long time. I miss that. My layover in San Francisco is very long. I'm going to have to spend the night here. I distract myself with some food and eventually sleep. This should be the longest part of the flight or the longest part of my trip with 11 hours, but it goes by so quick. I spend the time studying Indonesian language. We both really wish we were getting married on this part of the trip. We were originally going to be getting married earlier this last year, but the timing is not right. And we must separate our fleshly desires from His perfect plan. The last couple years, actually, God's been teaching us patience and the foolishness of when we are in control, as well as His faithfulness to fulfill His promises in our lives. This is not just any getaway vacation, but the last opportunity we'll have to meet face to face before we finally get married later this year. Also, it is a well needed time to be together after 16 months of being apart.
One funny story about our second meeting is when we book Mets flights, we don't really read all the details carefully, so we just, okay, the price is good, let's go and book it before it's sold out. So then we book and it is non-refundable. And then like 2 days before his flight, I rechecked the ticket details and then I found out that It's not only 9 hours layovers, but it is 19 hours layovers. Imagine that. We don't read that part carefully, so we just think, okay, it's 9 hours layover. It's still fine. But then it turned out 19 hours. So it's a bit miserable. So for your information, I live in southern part of Japan. That's why I need to take flights to Tokyo to meet him. Okay guys, let's go.
All right, I'm here in Naruto, the airport, and she just landed. I landed an hour or two ago. Been waiting, and I think I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to try. Going somewhere?
Say something.
Did I surprise you?
Guys, here is the foreigner. Super hungry.
I'm good either way. I've just been looking forward to seeing you.
I'm sleepy and hungry.
16 months.
So 16 months, we don't meet at all. Why? We will talk about
It's been
that.
complicated.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I was nervous meeting you for the second time.
Second time.
Like it's gonna be
Are you
awkward.
worried I might be more white?
We will take train from here to Tokyo.
Okay. We're gonna go. Where are we going?
Inside.
We're gonna go to
We'll
hotel, or are we going to?
We go first to Ueno Station, that is the name of that.
Okay.
And then we will get another train
Okay.
to the hotel.
Okay. All right.
Ding 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 ding. Somebody has new phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.